Of all the creatures in the animal kingdom, the big cat reigns supreme. Symbol of strength and power, the cat has fired man's imagination since the beginning of recorded time. Heroes of myths and legends, fabulous felines weave their spell through history. In ancient Egypt, the lion-headed goddess Sekhmet was worshipped as destroyer of the enemies of the sun god. Cats were revered as the living form of the goddess Bastet and mummified for the journey to the next world. In the medieval calendar, harvesting fell under Leo, the heavenly sign of fertility. Associated with sorcery and magic, big cats were feared in many cultures. Icons of pagan power and prestige. Of all the cats, the lion was the symbol of royalty. King of beasts, the lion of Africa is lord of all he surveys. Brave defender of his pride, he leaves the lion's share of work to the females. In this close-knit society, lionesses are the providers. Tolerant fathers, lions spend most of their time just lazing in the sun. Most sociable of all the cats, they live in extended families with a harem of females and assorted cubs. Hunting is usually left to the females. Each lioness plays her part in this team effort. Even the cubs join in. It's a highly coordinated attack. This is the harsh reality of survival on the plains. As the condemned wildebeest struggles for its life, one lioness moves in for the kill. It's a hunter's moon. On the flood-lit plain, the banquet continues. Eating is a social event. In a crowd like this, bad table manners can lead to the occasional injury. After the feast, it's time for a wash and brush up. When the male is eventually roused to activity, it's usually the primal urge. Within the pride, there's no fighting over females. It's a case of first come, first served. The lioness is in control. Her impatient shooter must wait till she's in the mood. Once she accepts his advances, they will repeat this rough embrace 100 times or more in the next few days. He will not leave her side. But chances of the female getting pregnant are low. The king of beasts is not as potent as his reputation. Lionesses share the work of raising cubs, even suckling their sister's offspring. It's a family affair. Young females generally stay at home, rarely leaving the security of the group. The future for young males is not so clear-cut. By the time they're 4 years old, they've been driven out of the pride to make their own way in the world. Some old nomads are reduced to scavenging for food, solitary wanderers with no place in lion society. Prowling the plains, looking for food and company, it's a lonely existence for a single lion. Unlike the lion, the secretive leopard prefers to live and hunt alone. Stealthy predator, it stalks small game on the dry grass plains. Across the continents, the leopard is at home from the Rocky Mountains of Arabia to the jungles of Southeast Asia. A superb and agile climber, it uses the branch of a tree as a lookout point. Almost hunted to extinction for its beautiful coat, this cat is a survivor. On the mysterious continent of India lives the most ferocious of all the big cats, the Royal Bengal tiger. Tales of the tiger's strength are legendary. Spiritual guardian to the Tibetans and Chinese, it is regarded with awe throughout Asia. The mighty hunter is now protected in special reserves all over India. Like all the big cats, the tiger will only kill when it's hungry. For the moment, these chital deer are safe. Once the quarry of kings, the most powerful of all the cats, is now eagerly followed by tourists. The tiger's stripes make it almost invisible in the long grass. At the height of the Indian summer, tigers spend a lot of time in water. They seem to suffer from the heat. Like lions, tigers are largely inactive for much of the day, only coming out in the cool of the evening to eat. This chital is lucky. The tiger's already killed. He's careful where he hides his precious catch. Tigers will eat enormous amounts, up to 70 pounds at one meal. Possessive about his kill, he guards it jealously. He'll eat every scrap. Nothing will be wasted. Hidden away in the forest, his mate has given birth to 3 small cubs. A generous mother, she's still feeding a cub from an earlier litter, together with its newborn brothers and sisters. Tigers are dependent on their mothers for 2 years or more. Like all cats, she's particular about her grooming. On a warm afternoon, there's an added bonus. As she licks her fur, the moisture will evaporate and cool her down. The ultimate challenge to the big game hunter, tigers have been slaughtered for centuries. Kings and princes vied with each other for the largest trophies. One Maharaja killed over 1,000 tigers in his lifetime. At the turn of the century, there were more than 40,000 tigers in India. Now, there are less than 4,000. The disappearing world of the South American rainforest is the hunting ground of one of the shyest cats, the jaguar. Like its closest relative, the leopard, this solitary cat is an acrobatic and ingenious predator. Fascinated by the erratic movements of the catfish, the jaguar tries out its angling skills. The earliest rulers of Central America claim direct descent from the jaguar. The Incas used its image in ceremonial vessels. The Aztecs believed it could see into the hearts of men. They called it Lord of the Smoking Mirror. Spirit of the rainforest, nobody knows how many of these magical cats survive today. In the mountainous high country lives the largest cat in America. Once common from Canada to Patagonia, cougars are now a rare sight. Alone and only 7 weeks old, these cubs are vulnerable, left alone as their mother goes hunting. While she's out searching for food, others may be looking for her. Once a prize of bounty hunters, the cougar is still one of the most persecuted animals in the country. Far from the aggressive creatures of pioneer folklore, cougars dislike confrontation. They'll even avoid members of their own kind. As she comes home with her catch, the mother greets her anxious kitten. Oblivious to the dangers of the outside world, the young cougars play happily in the twilight. To them, every new experience is a game. It would be sad indeed if these spirit companions of the first Native Americans disappeared into the history books. The plains of Africa, teeming with life. There was food here in abundance. But where there are grazers, there are hunters. This is the home of one of the world's most elegant cats. Sleek, unique, the cheetah, haughty prince of speed. Prizing these streamlined cats for their swiftness, the Mughal emperors used cheetahs for hunting, hooding them like falcons. In ancient Persia, the rich and powerful trained cheetahs for the chase. The cheetah can reach a speed of 70 miles an hour. This is the fastest land animal in the world. With its extra flexible spine and long legs with special brake pads for fast cornering, this cat is built for speed. Tripping it with a lethal claw, the cheetah folds the fawn in a deadly embrace. Hunting in daylight, the cheetah comes into conflict with bigger plains dwellers. Slight of build, this is the least powerful of the cats. It won't take on a full-grown zebra. On an isolated outcrop high above the plain, a mother and her cubs find sanctuary. Not yet 3 months old, these twins still wear the silvery halos that mark their babyhood. They're starting to eat meat, and this is a perfect vantage point for spotting game. Thin from many weeks of nursing, the hungry mother needs to hunt every day. It's hard to satisfy the needs of growing cubs. The twins won't let her out of their sight. They're still finding their feet in the world. Excited, like little silver warriors, they follow in her wake. The antics of the cubs are no threat to the gazelles. The danger is coming from a different direction. Out of the blue, the lightning predator streaks into action. The young gazelle is doomed. The cubs are hungry. They want to eat. The mother checks for danger. They're in the open, not the safest place to be. Warily, they settle down to feed. Once the cubs are satisfied, she attends to them in true motherly fashion. Content, the family can relax for a moment of calm in the drama that is life on the plains. Since the dawn of time, no animal has inspired such fear and admiration as the big cat. Nocturnal hunter of the spirit world. The ultimate predator, clothed in beauty. Hunter and hunted, victim of fashion. Quarry and consort of kings. The steel claw and the velvet glove. Playful and affectionate. Symbol of power and majesty. The mystique of the noble cat continues to enchant us.